Hey guys, it's Natasha right here. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. It's been a while, guys, but I'm excited that we're gonna be sharing the next few minutes together. Stick and stay, guys. We're gonna be talking about all those things that happened in 2023 that I really wish I could have done better. All right, stick and stay. So guys, I've pretty much mentioned throughout like my first couple of videos for this year that 2023 was a rough one for me. Like, I still cannot believe that I went through so much in such a short space of time, and listen, I'm still here. It's a blessing. I cannot complain, but I want to talk to you guys like on a real note, just 100% transparent about some of the things that I went through, some of the things that are my biggest regrets, and how I want to change those things in 2024. And I think the very first one is that I literally lost a part of my faith. And for those who are sitting there thinking, whoa, what does she mean by that? I just want to mention, like, I went through so many different people issues and business issues, and I think I lost a part of me. I think I lost a part of my faith, because I just could not understand why all these things were being allowed. And from about March, can I be honest with you, from about March, end of March into early part of April, I had to start buckling down. I had to start prayer and fasting, because I felt as though I wasn't steady. I wasn't on track as I really should have been. And I think from about that time, I really started to say, you know what, God, we're gonna work this thing out. And so I started doing my prayers and fasting, and I've been on the prayer line a couple of times, just, waking up in the middle of the night and just listening to different prayers, and just making sure that I remembered who I was, because I lost, like I said, I lost a part of me. Now, the reason I regret losing my faith, and for clarity's sake, I didn't forget about God or walk away from ministry or anything like that, but I was just at a low place, going through depression, and I almost forgot that God had me and would have taken me through. And so when I look back, I can say to myself that if I was a little bit more focused, if I had a little bit more faith, if I trusted more, then maybe some issues would have gone way more smoother than it actually did. Another thing that I really regret about 2023, going into 2024, I think I kind of lost my voice. So can you imagine? A speaker, an author, a businesswoman, all these different things, I think I lost my voice. Oh yeah. The enemy was intimidating me like crazy, and I quivered, I curled up, I retreated instead of fighting back. And I took the latter part of 2023 to find my voice back, to get my confidence back, to just, because I was so broken down. Like, I don't know if anybody can recall going through a season where you just did not understand what was going on with your life, and that was what was going on with me. And so because of that, it affected so many different things. I locked myself away, I hid most days, and it affected a lot of the relationships around me, because I was just going through a season where I did not remember who I was. I did not remember who God was, and it was a task. No, I have to mention to you guys that I still kept my engagements. I was still going out there. I was still pouring into people. Let me tell you something about God's grace. When you are at your lowest, God does his best. I have to tell you that, because a lot of people would say, this is a moment where you would drop everything and not do anything. But I kid you not, if it weren't for those assignments, I don't know where I would be, because imagine me being at a low place and not doing anything with myself. That would have been so much worse. And so I kept my engagements, I kept my assignments, I kept showing up, and it helped me. But I truly regret that I lost my voice. I mean, when I realized that I lost my voice I remember this one particular incident, and my husband was saying to me, Nas, don't let anybody talk to you like that. And it was like an aha moment, and I was like, yeah, why am I allowing that person to speak to me like that? And then I realized that I was not in the tip-top shape that I usually would be, because I am like this. When I am in the wrong, I will accept that I'm wrong. I will apologize, but I'm always respectful. I don't curse. I don't curse. All right? I speak to people a particular way. And so even when I'm upset, I still maintain a certain level of us conversing. My husband liked to call me the queen of tact and diplomacy. And it's true. I just don't think I should be speaking down to you. I don't think I should be shouting at you and all these different things. Of course, it's different when I'm at home and I need to get stuff done, and husband and child kind of thing. But when it comes to people, I maintain a certain level of communication. And it got to a point where people were disrespecting me, and I was taking it like crazy, because again, I lost my voice during that season. And as I mentioned, it was Jamar who said to me at one point in time, and this is like way down in the year, he was like, Nas, why are you taking this from this person? I was like, oh yeah, why am I? I shouldn't be doing that, right? And then, I came to this whole realization that, I fell off real bad. Like, I had been beaten down so much that year. People told me all sorts of nonsense, and I believed it. And so I'm saying that I regret it, losing my voice. But I'm speaking to you from a place of finding my voice and not finding it in myself, but through God's grace, understanding who I am, who he called me to be, and that he is taking me through a process. So although everything is not the best, he wants me to appreciate the present moment rather, and lean on him for everything else. So that was another thing that I regret. Another thing that I regret from 2023 is I regret not listening to my gut. Oh my gosh. Guys, there were so many instances that my gut was telling me, Nas, do not do that. Or Nas, go and do this now. And I didn't do it. And I paid heavily for it. I paid such heavy price, whether it's in relationships, friendships, at home, in business. Man, I paid some hefty price, and some of them I'm still facing the consequences of, because I did not listen to my gut. So if I could coin this number 3, I did not listen to my gut. I did not listen to Jamar, because like every time Jamar gives me his opinion, he is usually right. So to the wives out there, you need to listen to your husband more, because every single time he warned me about something or warned me against something and I went ahead and I did it, I paid a heavy price, and I'm still paying it. And so I want to warn you, I don't want you to go down that road, because you have to understand that, you know, our spouses can see and detect some things that we can't. And especially when we're excited, we're in the moment and we want to go. I'm a go-getter, like I'm always going. But he will pick up on things and say, Nas, hold your horses, don't go there. I would go there and get a really big licking, and then having to lick my wounds after the fact. So that would be number 3, not listening to my gut, not listening to Jamar. Now, number 4, when I'm talking about the biggest regrets in life, is I don't know how, guys, but I think I regret not waiting. And I know for a lot of people, you're thinking to yourself, how is that even a regret? Because nobody likes to wait. But I realized that if I had waited instead of rushing ahead to fix some things, that maybe life would be better right now instead of rushing. Because I have this, it's not even, I don't even think it's an advantage anymore. I think it's like a deficiency where I try to fix everything. It's like I behave like a mini God, which is not good, because I can't save anyone. I can't even save myself, right? And so I rush to try to do this, that, and the other, and I want to get this right, and I want to do that, and blah blah blah, and then find myself in trouble. So if I could just wait some things out, then some things will actually sort itself out. I wouldn't have to be doing it. And so I'm sorry I didn't wait. A lot of the mess that I'm trying to clean up right now would not be there if I had just waited on God. Like, just wait a little longer and it would be fixed. And I think in the latter part of the year, I started to understand that and apply that principle to say that, listen, God, if you don't give me that go ahead, I'm gonna wait until you show me what to do. And it's something that I keep dear to me right now. So now I wait for instructions. I don't just jump ahead and go do everything or say yes to everything, because I understand that we destroy ourselves in the process when we operate like this. And so, I'm waiting now. I find it hard to say I wait now on, when to do what and how to do them, instead of just jumping at it and then finding myself in issues. Another regret that I have is I never stopped to smell the roses last year. I was so busy, I was so distressed, I was so focused on everything that was going wrong. If roses were to pass me, I wouldn't even know that roses passed me, because I was all in my head. And I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry. When I think back right now, even on the trip to Switzerland through the United Nations, if my mind was at the right place mentally, I would have enjoyed that trip so much more. I would have enjoyed the food more. I would have, there's a particular lake that we were at, and in that moment I went and I put my foot in the water. It was super cold, but it was beautiful. It was a beautiful scenery. If only I were more present, I would have taken in so much more from that trip, because that trip was just beautiful. I would have enjoyed the plane ride there. I would have enjoyed the plane ride back. I would have enjoyed being in France. I would have enjoyed being in Amsterdam. And I get so many of those moments because I realized I was so worried about different things, or I was so caught up in everything that was not going right at the time, that it made me sick, guys, to a point where I got sick. I got real sick, and And then it just started to get real to me that I needed to cool out a little bit. I needed to chill out. And guys, this is why I decided I wanted to do this video, because there are plenty women like me who are absolute go-getters. There are a lot of women out there who are career women. You're married, you have a family, and you're doing all these different things, and you have absolutely no time for yourself. So you talk about self-care, but you don't really implement anything. You don't do anything. And so you find yourself being so broken down. You find yourself being so sick. You find yourself going through different things because mentally you're not sleeping, you're not eating right, you're not exercising, so you're deteriorating day by day. And so I want to implore you guys, you have to. It's a reminder that we can't pour from empty glasses. Like, how can you get up and give what you don't have? Right? And so looking back, I realized that there were so many moments that I truly wanted to savor, but I could not because of what was going on with me. I could not savor those moments. So I think not being present, is one of those really big ones for me for last year. So I did not want to make this video long, so I'm just gonna just shoot for 2 more, and then we're gonna close out on that note. One of the next biggest regrets for me is that I did not give myself grace at all, like none at all, no grace, no nothing. Like, I was so hard on myself. I was super hard on myself. And what I was going through, I've never gone through it before. And it's almost as if I was just beating myself down on top of what other people were saying, on top of what the circumstances looked like. I was beating myself down to a pulp. Like, I did not realize that I needed to be kind to me. Because mind you, if there were probably somebody else going through, they wouldn't have taken it so graciously as I did. And so I was beating down on myself on top of everybody else who was beating down on me for whatever reason or another. And so I realized that if I had given myself some more grace, oh my gosh, I would have had better days. Because there were days where it was just Nas versus Nas. It was just Natasha fighting Natasha and nobody else. And now I'm realizing that while everybody else can choose to be upset with me for whatever reason, and some have valid reasons to be, I must be honest, because last year was a whirlwind, and I wasn't quite myself. And so a lot of the decisions that I made, like if I could go back, I would not have made them. Some of them I would have done other things. So yes, people have valid reasons to be upset with me, but I need to be good to me, right? And so while everybody else is thinking what they need to think, I should have been a lot more positive, a lot more encouraging to myself, And it's not until I started spending more time with God and in prayer and fasting and this, that, and the other that I realized that, listen, girl, what you're going through is not simple. So ease yourself up a little bit, all right? So grace is one of those things, guys. Give yourself grace. There are a lot of people, if they were placed in our shoes, they would not be able to make it. Not even a week, much less a month, much less for 6 months. So be gracious, be good to you, speak well to yourself, encourage yourself. Another regret, or maybe the last one that I'll mention, is would probably be that I didn't seek God's help sooner. Like, when things are good, we are known as people to forget God. Yeah, like, because we are in our own world. we forget that he's there, and we forget that he is our guide. And he that had begun a good work in us, he's going to see it through to completion. We forget a lot of things. We forget that he's our provider. We forget that he's our healer. We forget that he's our protector. We forget a lot of things. Like, I really regret not seeking God sooner. Because had I sought him sooner, my discernment would have been on point. I would have missed some of the situations. And maybe I would have missed some of the confrontations. Maybe, I don't know. I just keep telling myself that if I had gone to God sooner, maybe the blow wouldn't have been so harsh, or maybe, I don't know. That's just what I tell myself. If I was going to him sooner than later, like after the fact, that I'd probably be in a better place. I'd probably be more healed. I'd probably be more joyous. I probably would have experienced more peace. And so I want to finish the video on that note, that yes, we're doing a lot. Yes, there's so much that's required of us. Yes, things are not perfect. Oh my gosh. Yes, you're having issues. But we still have life, which means that God still has a plan for us, and he's going to take us through. I think when I look back on 2023, I have come to the realization that all those issues, all those problems, he's just preparing me for what's next. So I know that I'm called to be great. I know that he's calling me to be accountable to people. And so let's say that 2023 was a year of me being accountable, I don't know, or just learning from those mistakes to never, ever, ever go back there. Never. So, you know, it has been a rough one. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And even having gone through all of that, guys, I still have hope. I'm still positive. I'm still believing that he is going to see it through to completion, and that he's going to work everything out. One thing about me, I can tell you, my heart is pure. It doesn't matter what people say. My heart is pure. Doesn't matter what people think. I genuinely love people, and I want the best for people. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. Have I messed up? A whole lot. 2023 was just months, like serial messing up. But God's still working on me. He's still working on me, and he knows the plans that he has for me. And those lessons were needed to get me to where he has in mind. And so I want to implore you guys, just hold on, have faith. Regrets are good things also once you catch them early. As long as it's not at the end of your life that you're having these regrets, you can make the necessary changes to reroute, to, you know, develop character, to do all these different things. But you know, with this video also, I want to make a public apology, because I realized that I was not myself last year. I really was not my usual self, and I feel as though a lot of my relationships, my friendships, a lot of things went downhill because I was facing so much, especially mentally. And I want to make an apology for the Natasha that I was, for the Natasha that was confused and hurt and broken. And just to say that I wasn't my true self. And I'm working on me, and I'm sorry if I have caused any pain, any disappointment, but I'm on the mend, and I know God has great things for me in the future, and I'm looking forward to that wholeheartedly. And I'm looking forward to making things right. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I can do that because I've released myself. So guys, much love, much blessings to you. Don't stop praying. Don't stop fasting. Remember your marriages. Oh my gosh, don't forget your marriage. Your marriages are important. And the enemy is after it. Fight for it. Do what is right. Fight for it. And take care of your kids, man. Much love, blessings. Bye, guys.